Hey guys, welcome. Thank you for joining me again. My name is Laura Clark, also known as Butterfly Stitches 83, also known as Cotton and Clay UK, and this is Flosstube number 5. Here to talk about all things cross stitch. What have we got today? I fear it's going to be a bit of a long one, so grab yourself, get comfy, grab yourself a drink, tea, depending on the time of day, nice cold G&T, or, you know, no judgment. Have a G&T whenever. Yeah, just get comfy because I think it might be a bit of a long one. I've got previous finish, I've got one new finish, I've got 3 new starts, of course. I've got my whips and I've got a really embarrassingly large haul. Partly due to the Caterpillar Stitch Retreat, because I did get a fair few things there, but I can't entirely blame that. I had plenty of haul that wasn't from the retreat. I'm going to do a little retreat sort of recap at the end as well. So yeah, thank you for joining me. Thank you for subscribing if you've subscribed. If this is your first time, hello. If you've watched me before, then welcome back and thank you for watching another video. Quick life update. Not much to report really. Obviously we're hurtling towards the end of the school year. My eldest, this is his last year in primary school, so there's a lot going on. We're down to the last couple of weeks now, so it's going to be a bit of a tearjerker of a couple of weeks. He's starting to do plans for his leaving assembly, and like even when he talks about it I just want to cry. So it's going to be interesting. My daughter's just about to finish reception and I think she's feeling the exhaustion and just ready for the summer because she's been quite clingy and a little bit funny at the gate the last couple of days. So we're just careering sort of towards the summer holidays now, and I think everyone will need that break. Not that it's a break for me, let's be honest. As parents, the summer holidays is the hardest work of the year. However, I think for the kids it will be good. What else happened this month? Last month I should say. Mostly in June I spent prepping for Caterpillar Stitch Retreat, which feels like I can't believe that it's it just happened in a total whirlwind. It was completely amazing, and I'll talk more about that later. And yeah, now I'm just sort of trying to get all my stitching ready for the next retreat, which is Big Stitch, where I'm going at the end of the month. So yeah, all exciting stuff. Now you don't want to hear me banging on. Let's get on to the cross stitch. So I've got a big previous finish. It's one that's usually up here. I've had a rejig. So let me grab it. So this is one of my earliest big finishes, and this is Through the Ages by Meloca Designs. It's quite different from most of what Meloca Designs does now, although she does still do stuff with like figures and people and stuff, but a lot of her sort of beautiful mandala animals are like what she's famous for. But this was the first one of hers that I did, and as you know, second I did some cactuses, and I loved it and I still love it. Let's go a bit nearer, I'll show you each one. So basically it goes through each decade with various, with various motifs and fashions from that particular decade. I can't really decide what's my favourite. I mean, I loved this 90s one because it was very much very me. That was when I was a teenager. I loved the outfit in the 80s one. There's little bits of each one that I love actually. I love the outfit, like the Elvis outfit here as well. But I think my overall favourite is probably the 60s. I like the rocket and the music and the retro TV and the moon. I love it. So yeah, a really fun piece. There's loads to look at. Every time you look at it, you see something new. And this was one of my earliest finishes. I was wondering if I'd written on the back when I finished it, but apparently I wasn't that organised. But yeah, this has been up in my lounge for a while and it's a fully finished, which I never do now. This frame wouldn't have been expensive. I probably got it from I don't know, Wilco's or the range or somewhere like that. Yeah, so that was a really fun one. So I just wanted to give everyone a closer look at that one. Yeah, it takes a while, but you know, you could just do like one of these a month or something. Absolutely love it. So that's my previous finish. I have a new finish. Yay! I love it when I have a new finish because then I can sort of justify all the new starts. I mean, not really, because the new finishes never equal the new starts, but okay, we do our best. So my finish is this beauty. So this is Blessed Bee by Little Stitcher Designs, or The Little Stitcher. Don't know, it's all going to get linked below. And it's so pretty. I've had so much fun with it. I love the little bees at the bottom. I loved doing the honeycomb, although I did end up frogging some of this because I got all confused. But I just love it. It's so beautiful. I love the combination of like the moon, kind of like a moon goddess, and the bees. I think it's just beautiful. It comes with 3 other smalls. So I've got a load of fabric left, so I can do the pillows that come, the little pillows that come with it. Yeah, I just love it. I'm really pleased with it. And it was one of my first finishes on evenweave, and I really love how it looks. I think this is 28 count taupe, I believe. You must follow this designer because I'm obsessed with her at the moment. I've got so many of her patterns on my Etsy wish list, and she does a lot of bee patterns in this same similar vein with the same colours. And she's just brought out a new one. It's called Witchy Bee, or Witched Bee, something like that, as in a spooky witch. And it's just awesome. It's like this beautiful combination of like bees and Halloween, and it's just awesome. So very much hovering over the buy button on that one at the moment. So yeah, Blessed Bee. There you go. Very pleased to have a finish. I wanted to have 2 or 3 finishes this month. That hasn't happened, but hey, what can you do? So new starts. This has been in my stash for a while, and I've been dying to start it. I've even had it kitted up, had all the threads, and just haven't got around to it yet. So I've finally started this one. More bees, by the way. This is a bee themed. They're all bee themed, but this is quite bee themed episode. Sounds like I'm on a TV show. I don't know if I'd call it an episode. Video. Anyway, so ramble. This is Honeybee Quaker by the awesome Primrose Cottage Stitches. And I love this. I love all of their, again, they've got an amazing bee range. They've just brought out a load more. They had this beautiful one, which I've got on my wish list, which is I Would Rather Be Stitching, and various others, but they've just brought out a few more to go with it. And there's one that's called Honeybees and Stitching Please, and it's so beautiful. I love it so much. So unfortunately they don't sell direct like paper copies to outside of the US, or unless I'm mistaken, but I don't think they do from their site. So I'm on the notify list on 123 Stitch for when they get it, so that I can get those new ones as well. But yeah, absolutely beautiful. I'm using called for colours because the colours are so beautiful, and I've not done a great deal, but stitched up this fairly quick, so I don't think it would take me too long. That's where we're at. So just those little motifs. The colours are stunning. It looks lovely on evenweave. I am getting upset. People said that when I started going on evenweave, I would start to prefer it to Ada and get obsessed. And I do understand what they're saying, because I really feel like I am getting a bit obsessed. This is 28 count antique white, I think. I was going to say vellum, but no, I think this is antique white. But yeah, looks so good. So just those little 3 motifs, but as I say, it didn't take me too long, so I don't think it'll be too bad to get stitched up, and then I can move on to all the others in their range. So yeah, love it, love it, love it. Honeybee Quaker from Primrose Cottage Stitches. Next is from the amazing Yasmin's Made with Love. As you guys know, I'm a member of her Patreon, and every month she puts out the most amazing patterns, in addition to all the patterns that she's got in her shop anyway. And this one was in honour of Jolly July, or Christmas in July, whatever you want to call it, when people start stitching Christmas stuff in July. And I love him, he's so sweet. And then I quickly printed him to put in my stash, and then Yaz said that she was going to do a little stitch along with him because it is July. So I was like, yep, done. And I've managed to stitch quite a lot in just a couple of days because he's so addictive. So here's the pattern, Cardinal. And here is where I'm up to. So did a fair bit. As I say, I think I did this in like 2 days or something. Maybe I'm a bit closer. So I'm doing my own colours, just kind of making up as I go along. You can't really see in this light, but I've used some gold. I quite like a bit of metallic gold on Christmas stuff. So I'm using the, I don't use the Light Effects DMC because it's, well, I call it the Devil's Dental Floss. It's just horrendous, like, ugh, it splits and frays and I can't stand it. Anyway, so this is, so yeah, I don't use their normal metallic threads, but I do use the DMC Diamant Grande, how do you say it, which comes in 4 or 5 different colours. I think this is just gold or classic gold, I don't know, I've had it in my stash for a while, because obviously I don't use gold very often, so it just comes on a reel rather than in a skein, and yeah, I've just had it for a while because I only ever need a little bit of gold. So on here I've done gold on these little bits, the very centre of the poinsettia, I suppose that is, and then this little bit up here. Everything else is just going to be colours from stash. Apart from the bird, I wanted a variegated floss for the Cardinal himself, and the only variegated I had was in my stash is this Roxy floss. So this is called 11 Points. You can't really see here, but let me go close. It has got a fair bit of variegation. Oh, you can see it there. Love it, absolutely love it. So, I mean, this is all I have of it. So I'm kind of hoping it's going to be enough to fill in the rest of the bird. But yeah, otherwise I'll be putting in yet another order to Canada. But yeah, so that's where I've got to. This needle minder is one of mine from the Cotton and Clay shop. I created them for as a bulk order, a wholesale order a while ago, and then realised that I could list them in my shop, but I just hadn't got around to it yet. And as soon as I started stitching this, I suddenly remembered them, and I'm like, oh, I've got the perfect little needle minder for this. Completely just didn't clock until I started stitching the actual Cardinal. Anyway, so here he is. Let me go a bit closer. He's very cute. He's like Christmas red underneath, and then a shimmery red mica powder on top with the nice texture in. Anyway, he is now in honour of Jolly July, he is now my minder of the month. So, which means he's only £5, including UK delivery. So it'd be £5 plus delivery for international, until the very last day of July. So if you want him for some of you, if you're doing any Christmas stitching this month and you want to grab him, then he's only a £5 in my Etsy. So thank you, Yaz, for reminding me that I had him and inspiring this month's minder of the month. So that one is Cardinal from Yasmin's Made with Love, and if you want to get hold of that pattern, you need to be a member of her Patreon, which I encourage everyone to be a member of her Patreon anyway, because she just puts out the most beautiful patterns. Oh, what's next? Another new start, and it's another bee. Now, I've been mentioning this chart for about every floss tube I've done, I think, saying I wanted to get to it and hadn't got round to it, but I finally have started it, and it's Botanical Bee. Hands-on design, absolutely gorgeous. I love the sort of different take on a bee. I'm in the florals instead of the usual yellows. Really, really pretty. And I already had the perfect fabric for it, so went for that. And this is how far I've got. So just Here's a little head and the main orange flower. I'm going to stitch this from stash because I figured the flowers on it could, you know, could work a lot. It didn't need to be specific DMCs. So that's from stash. The fabric is 16 count Surfs Up from Roxy Floss at Evertote. You'll have seen it before because I used it. I'm using it for my current Barbara Anna design as well. It's just really beautiful. It's really soft for an Ada and really lovely. And you can't see it because I've covered, but the variegation, the dark bits are just beautiful as well. So that's my new start. I'm going to do this as a stitch along with the lovely Ellie. So I'm just looking up exactly how to spell her Instagram name. So Stitching Bee, but it's 4 E's on the end of B. So Stitching without the G, B. I'm going to put her name below. That's her Flosstube channel name as well. So we're going to stitch this one together. If anyone wants to join us, then please do. I feel like a lot of people must have this chart because it was a new one from Market, Nashville, that's what I'm looking for. And if you've got it and you want to get cracking on it, it shouldn't take too long. It's quite a small chart really. Then please join us. We are using the hashtag, instead of Botanical Bee, we're going hashtag Botanic Bee Sal, because there was already Botanical Bee Sal and I didn't know what stage they were at. Didn't want to shoehorn our way into that one. So yeah, hashtag Botanic Bee Sal if you want to join us on that one, and I really hope that you do. Ellie has also just put a new Flosstube out, which I urge you to go and look at. I'm halfway through, and then, you know, my husband had the audacity to want the television, so I need to finish that up. But yeah, so I will link, well, if I'm special enough on YouTube to let me link, otherwise I'll list it all below. So yeah, that's Botanical Bee from Hands On Design. That's my last new start. Yep, 3 new starts. So let's move on to whips. Now, this one, I wanted to finish a whole square. Hasn't quite worked, but I've got a reason. So this is Garden Glass by Carolyn Manning. Oh God, I was having another look at her designs yesterday because I like to talk to myself with stuff I really shouldn't buy. And I just didn't realise quite how many she's done and how beautiful they are. I think when I bought this, I was really focused on the stained glass range, and I still stand by that is the most beautiful in my opinion. So I'm very happy that I started this one. However, I didn't realise how many other beautiful patterns she's done, or probably done since I bought this. So yeah, if you're looking for like a long-term project, because it is a lot of stitches, then please go check her out, because she's got some, especially if you love I'm a big fan of like whole geometric, symmetrical stuff. Beautifully described. So yeah, if you're a fan of that too, I really recommend her Granny Squares range. Is like so sweet as well. So anyway, this one is Garden Glass, and I am now on to the 3rd square. Here we are. So I've only done the outline. I was going to finish it this month, but then I realised it would be a really good idea to save some filling in, colouring in for when I'm at Big Stitch Retreat. So that's what I've done. I've stopped intentionally, and then I'm going to just do all my colouring in while I'm at the retreat, which, you know, you need something a bit more straightforward if you're going to be sitting and chatting and there's a lot going on. And I learnt from all the frogging I did at Stitch in London last year that I definitely need a few projects that are just filling in. So that's what I'm saving this 3rd square for. But yeah, love it. Can't wait to fill in all the colours. The colours on this design, I think I got all the called fors because the colours just make it, basically. They just make it so beautiful. So that's Garden Glass from Carolyn Manning. If you're doing any other Carolyn Mannings, please tell me in the comments, because yeah, I don't see them that often on my feed. And I want to know what other people are doing, so let me know. Next whip is another Sal. This is, you saw this last month, Seaside Tiny Town. I always want to turn it like that. I really wish I had the, because I want to collect all these, and I really wish And if they're all done in this kind of finish, that's a lot of space. If they were all done as drums, it would be so cute. But I just don't think I've got the skills to try and do the drums. I mean, I might go and watch a tutorial and maybe I'll be brave enough, but we'll see. Anyway, so this is, I'm doing this as a sale with some lovely ladies. The hashtag is Seaside TT sale, Tiny Town, Seaside TT sale. And we're all, I think most that I've seen are pushing up on the halfway point. So this is mine. I'm stitching from stash, so the colours don't quite gel the way the called for colours do, but it's not too bad. This is 28 count taupe again with the fabric. How do you say it? Do you say taupe or taupe? I always say taupe, but I don't know if I'm saying that right, so let me know if I'm not. This is one of our cotton and clay needle minders as well, this little starfish. I hoped to do a bit more of this. I took this with me to Caterpillar Stitch Retreat thinking I'd have loads more downtime, and delightfully I didn't have much downtime, which we'll get onto. I was selling for a lot of the time, and when I wasn't selling I was chatting to people, but I did manage to do this. I think last time I saw you, where had I got up to? Maybe here. But I did manage to do this little greenhouse while I was there, so didn't do zero stitching, which is good. So yeah, that's where we're at with that. If you want to join us, as I say, hashtag Seaside TT sale. I'm also doing the Honeybee Honey Tiny Town as well, and after that I think I'm going to get the flower Tiny Town, or maybe by then maybe the winter one. I don't know. I really want to do them all. I really want to learn. If anyone's done the drum finish, tag me or something on Instagram, because I really want to see what other people's drum finishes look like, or any other finish that works really. Right, where are we? 20 minutes and I'm still on my whips. Well, never mind. Right, so next one, you'll have seen this, a lot of people are working on this and it's so beautiful. So this is the Dreaming of Summer sale. I think when I saw you last month, I'd done just part 1, which was these top flowers. So I've now done part 2 and 3. The house actually stitched up really quick. I thought it was going to take a while, but I think because of these windows and stuff aren't filled in, like that's the pattern, it didn't take me too long. However, this part 3 for some reason seemed to take me forever. I think it was like getting the right like green and what have you on the flower. I don't know why. For some reason it just seemed to take me a really long time. Everyone else seems to have stitched up mega quick, so maybe it's just me. We've got 2 parts left. The 4th part has just come out, or came out end of last week. It's really pretty. It's more flowers up here, and then with a beautiful butterfly, which is obviously my jam, with my name and stuff. So looking forward to that. And then part 1, 2, 3, 4, part 5 is up here. So I'm wondering if we're going to have, I don't know if there'll be more flowers, or maybe we're going to have like the sky. Maybe we're going to have a bird or a sun, or I don't know. I'm intrigued. It's such a beautiful sale. Oh, I've forgotten to tell you, it's from Love Poppet. This kit was kindly gifted to me by Claire at Love Poppet. And yeah, it's just really, really pretty, and I'm really enjoying it. And then again, I found the perfect needle minder for, I think the point is now, where I've had the shop for so long, I've done so many needle minders that I can usually always find one that really goes with what I'm stitching, which is awesome. So yeah, really enjoying it. I think if you didn't join the sale, I think the full pattern is available to buy as PDF on, I think Claire said the 8th of July. So make sure you're following if you want to get the completed pattern. But it's been really, really fun, and I'm looking forward to finishing the last 2 parts. And this is on 14 count Ada. Oh, I forget the colour, but it's kind of like a antique white, maybe a cream. Yeah, really fun. Really appreciate that, Claire. It's been a joy. Okay, penultimate whip. Now these last two, I didn't get as much in. I've been working on them the last couple of nights, and I haven't got as many stitches in them as I wanted. But I'm showing anyway. Actually, this first one wasn't too bad. So this is Modern Folk Embroidery, a sampler garden. So beautiful, but so huge. I think I showed you this last month, or it might have been the one before. And here's where I'm at. So I think when I saw you last month, I'd only done like this little corner here. So I've done this, and I've done this floral motif, and a bit more of the border, and this little part here. I'll move a bit closer. This is 28 count. Oh, this is vellum. Yeah, so this is 28 count vellum with the mottled effect. Again, one of our needle minders from Cotton and Clay. And this is my first time using a Nurge hoop. And I'm in two minds. I bought them this month as part of my haul. I really like how tight, how sturdy it is, and how you tighten this up and it does not move. It's not going anywhere. I really like that. I also really like, it's not as heavy. I thought being a bigger one, because I don't get on with Q snaps, because I find that I always stitch, I don't stitch on a stand, because where I stitch at home, there wouldn't really be space to have a stand. And I do most of my stitching like on the sofa of an evening. So I've always stitched not in hand, because I use a hoop, but you know what I mean. And with Q snaps, I've always found them, even the smaller ones, quite heavy on my wrist. And I've been wanting to try a Nurge hoop for ages. And I worried they'd be a bit heavy. And it's not, actually. This is quite a big one. This is the number, oh no, does it not have the numbers on it? Well, I don't know, you can see how big it is. It's 195 millimeters. Oh, number 3, Nurge number 3. And it's not actually as heavy as I thought. And it's very sturdy, and it's very, once you've tightened it, you've tightened it. My only question about it, and maybe one of you can help me because I've never used one before, is I can't quite get how do I get the real drum tightness? So with a hoop, maybe I do this wrong anyway, but with a hoop, I put it in, I tighten it a bit, then I go around and like pull all this to tighten it up, then I tighten it again, pull a bit, tighten it a bit. With this, it's so jammed in that I was like, I don't want to do that. So I have done it a bit, but I don't know, are you meant to do that? Like, I'm worried with the edges, like, am I going to tear my fabric? Is there a special technique to get it really tight on a Nurge hoop? Please let me know in the comments. But anyway, pattern-wise, really beautiful, really enjoyable. I am stitching this quite slowly because I'm really aware that I want it to be perfect. Like where I would usually frog, I have not frogged. Like if I've made an error, I've picked it out, because I think with something as symmetrical and as beautiful as this pattern, like a mistake is going to show a mile away. I mean, we'll see. If I make a monumental mistake and don't realise, and it's like 500 stitches later, then I ain't going to be picking that out. So we'll see how we go. But that was my aim. I'm trying to go slow and be very careful with it. I was planning on taking this one, to Big Stitch, purely because Jacob at Modern Folk Embroidery is the keynote designer. And I thought, it'd be nice if I'm stitching one of his while I'm there. And I probably am going to take it, but for the reason I said earlier, where I really want to concentrate, how much I'm going to stitch in it, I don't know. I might just take it and spend time doing the border, because that would be, I can't really mess that up. Yeah, then maybe I'll do that. That might be a good plan. So anyway, that's where we're at. I'm hoping by next time I see you, I'll at least have finished this whole corner. So to do that, I've only got to do just the opposite of this, basically, on the here, and finish the border. So that's my plan. Again, it's a long-term one. Don't expect it to be finished anytime soon, but that's good. I kind of wanted a few long-term projects. Question: if you're doing a sampler with a year on it, obviously this was out this year, so it's got 2024 on it, and I don't finish it until 2025 or further, would you write the year the design came out, or would you write the year that you finished it? I guess it's completely up to whatever you want to do, but let me know in the comments what you would do. Yeah, I'm curious as to what people would do. Anyway, so that's that one. I'm looking forward to grabbing a few more modern folk embroidery patterns while I'm at Big Stitch as well. I mean, there's a lot of things I'm looking forward to getting. That could be, next month's could be pretty big on haul as well. My final whip, I really didn't get as much. I was aiming for a finish by the next time I spoke to you on this one, and that hasn't happened because I've been doing all the new starts. But I've managed to get a little bit done. I'm hoping maybe a finish next month. So this is my Barbara Anna Floral Dreams. She's an absolute beauty. And here's where I'm at. Excuse all these dangling threads. I was literally working on this one before bed last night. So I've not got to phase where I'm going to stop and put my threads in. Oh, that looks, colours look terrible in this light. It's really dull outside today, which I'm fine with because this room, this conservatory, gets ridiculously hot. So it's good for me not sweating on camera. But it's not showing my colours as beautifully as I'd like. But anyway, so I think all I've done since I last saw you is this flower here. But hey, it's progress. It is progress. I think once I get going, it's not going to be too. So all it is the rest of the flowers down here, and then I'm done. So maybe this will be a finish next month. And again, this is the same fabric as with Botanical Bee. This is the 16 count Surfs Up from Roxy Floss at Evertote. Still hating that satin thread, by the way. Thought I might get used to it, but no, hating it. I love how it looks. I think I said this before. It's so bright. Like this is the yellow I'm talking about. It really pops, you know, more, and it's probably partly because it is the satin. It's quite light reflective. That is probably why it pops, and that is probably why Barbara chose it. And it completely makes sense to stitch with, though. Oh my god, it is painful. I mean, it's fine. I just have to go really, really slowly. And if you go close, you can see the yellow stitches are not as neat as the others because it frays so much. And it's fine. You just have to, like, with every stitch, be very careful, kind of point taut. Is that the word? And, you know, it's fine. I think it will look beautiful. I mean, I think it looks great. I think, especially on her clothes here. But yeah, I wouldn't choose to stitch with it. Only doing it because I have my trust in this amazing designer and I know that she's right, and it does look great. Kind of like metallics, you know, they look great, but you just have to put the work in. So that's my final whip, Floral Dreams, Barbara Anna. Still waiting for Barbara Anna to put 22 balloons in her coffee shop. I like, oh my god, please, 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 let it be soon. I need to buy that and immediately stitch it. So that's whips. Shall we move on to the mountain of haul? God. Okay, if you're someone who doesn't like looking at haul, then maybe skip a few minutes. But here's my big mountain. Oh, I can't even carry it. Okay, very bad. The first piece is actually Stitchy Kindness. So I didn't buy this, and it's amazing because the first bit of Stitchy Kindness I've had since I started Flosstube, and it was very exciting. I was so happy to receive this. Now, you might remember a while ago, I did a giveaway for the Tulip Needle Minder and Floss Organizer set and the scissor fob, I think. Anyway, Kathy Eaton, who was the lucky winner, so sweet. She received it and then she sent me a present, and it's just completely unnecessary and so, so sweet. She sent me this gorgeous card. Love it, so pretty. Even the envelope has got a little flamingo. Well, you'll see the flamingo in a minute, the how it all ties together. But look, so sweet. Beautiful card with a beautiful message inside, which was so lovely. It was so nice to get an unexpected little stitchy present through the post. I like it. So sweet of her. So grateful. Thank you, Kathy. And this is the pattern she sent me, and it's well up my street. It's the Artsy Housewife Dreamer, and look at this flamingo. So sweet. The flamingo, the flower, the cup is so sweet. I love it so much. And it was just like so appreciated. So thank you so much. I love it. And then, funnily enough, I was catching up on the Roxy Floss Evertate Flosstube the other day, and I don't know if this was, I think this was in the most recent video actually, and Kerry at Roxy Floss had just finished this one, and I was like, oh, I know that pattern, and it looked beautiful. So yeah, and I've got some fabric that will work. In fact, the same fabric I was using for the for Yaz's Cardinal would work for this as well. Oh, I need to say something about that fabric, although I'll probably get to it in haul, but anyway, it's from Coffee Crafts, and it's the first time I've used their Megan's fabric. I bought a load from Caterpillar Stitch Retreat, and I'll show you all the colours in a minute. It's a dream. Oh my God, now I understand why like her stall was so swamped. It is a dream to stitch on. Not only are the colours beautiful, so obviously you want to buy everything, but the actual stitching was so smooth, and like, I don't know, I think between that and Yaz's pattern, I think that's why I've managed to stitch that part of the Cardinal so quick, so beautiful. So yes, I'll be using the other piece of that fabric to do this little guy. So thank you so much to Kathy. Really, really appreciate that. You really didn't have to. It was so sweet of you. Right, and then haul. So the problem is people keep having de-stashes, and they keep bringing out beautiful stuff, and I've got a sickness and I can't help but buy stuff. So these first two patterns, Yaz, who I mentioned, did a de-stash, and it was quite an exciting way to do it. So she did it on her new Stitchy Instagram page, and she kind of loaded everything but didn't make the comments. It was quite a good way of doing it. Didn't make the comments live, and then said, right, these are going to be available such and such time, and the first person to comment and then respond to my message gets it. I was like, oh, this is quite exciting. So you're going through picking the ones you want. I was super chuffed because I got 2 of them. So the first one, I saw this, I'd never seen this before, but it's so sweet and perfect for autumn, and it's Harvest on Dahlia Ridge. Heart in hand again. Look how sweet. Kind of folksy, beautiful colours. Again, that fabric, same fabric could work. Oh, I wonder if I can fit. I got quite a big piece, so maybe I can fit all 3. And it comes with these little buttons, which are the 2 little pumpkins. Whoop. So it comes with the little buttons. Terrible, cover my face. There you go, so cute. So grabbed that one from Yaz. And I also grabbed this one just because it was so adorable. Country Cottage Needleworks Farm Fresh. I love that. I love the little carrots and the little sunflowers and the green awning. Pretty. So yeah, grabbed those ones on Yaz's D-stash. And then lovely Rebecca Bowen on Instagram later in the month, or just a few days ago, did a D-stash, and she did hers on eBay. And again, I get quite excited when I'm bidding. I bid on a few, but this is the one that I won, but that's fine because this is the one I wanted the most, really. Plum Street Samplers, Olga's Tart. Regular viewers will know that I've got a real special place in my heart for black cats, thanks to our black cat who we lost a couple of years ago. And as soon as I saw this, I was like, that is not only perfect for autumn. I should stop calling it fall. I'm only calling it fall because I watched so many American Flosstubers. Again, beautiful for autumn, and it's got a black cat, and it's quite small, so it won't take too long. It's just really sweet. Plum Street Samplers, Olga's Tart. So thank you very much, Rebecca, selling that one to me. So yeah, that is from my D-stashes. This is just some new even weaves that I got. It's 27 count Linda from Spygart, from Florashell, who I get a lot of my Ada a lot of my Ada and evenweave from. Now, I wasn't paying attention, and it's actually a much darker green than I thought it was when I was ordering it, because I obviously just wasn't paying attention. Now I ordered it to do I forget the name of it, the new little Dove one with all like the little bee sampler Cottage one that I showed you last month. I bought it for that, but it's probably a bit dark. I don't know, it might work. I might just have to check, because it's got a lot of greens in that pattern, so I might just have to change the greens to light greens, and then it could work. But anyway, it's really beautiful, really soft. Everything comes really quick from Florishell as well. So yeah, beautiful. Plus it's 27 count, the Linda they call it. I've never used 27 before. Can't imagine it's much different, but hey, we'll give it a go. Then I got, these aren't really in order because I got these after the Caterpillar retreat, but hey ho. So I got the 2 Nurge Hoops. This is massive. I, again, clearly wasn't paying attention. So this is number 4. It's 250 by 280. I don't think I realised quite how big they were getting. Don't get me wrong, I will use it. And again, it's not actually as heavy as I thought it was going to be. So yeah, if I carry on getting on with them, I might go back and get the smaller ones as well. So I've got this, and I also, one of the ladies in my little group, a little chat group, was talking about the DMC magnetic board, and I had to get one of them, and I'm really pleased with it. Hang on, let me take the thing off. So they come in different sizes. It's got a thingy on the back so you can rest it on your desk. And I thought this was really good for retreats because I love paper patterns over digital. So you can just have it just in front of you. It's not too big that I won't be able to chat to people. So yeah, it's magnetic. It comes with 3 little magnets, which is a ruler, this little DMC symbol, and then this, which is a little skein. Never know how you say that either. Tell me below how you say skein. Is it skein or is it skein? Which I just thought was so cute. So you just put your pattern in here and then stick it on with the magnets. I also thought I should probably get a bigger one, and just when I'm vending, it would be perfect for like displaying all my needle minders on. So I might do that in the future. But yeah, both of these came for, so the Nurge Hoops and this came from Marie, what's it called? mariecrossstitch.co.uk. So I'd never ordered supplies from before, but very good, very quick, very pleased. So yeah, recommend. I'll list that below. I'm sure you probably ordered from them before, but just in case. So yeah, very pleased with that. These were mostly for in advance of going to the big stitch retreat. Oh, I've also got another pattern from Yaz's what's it called, Patreon, to share with you. I don't usually share all the patterns that we get on Patreon, but the Cardinal one is so sweet, and obviously I've started that, so I shared that. But this was actually my favourite from this month, and I love it, so I'm sharing this as well. It's called Sail Away. It's really bright, it's really unusual, like you just don't see patterns like this. It's so pretty. So again, I printed that one off immediately because I definitely want to stitch that at some point. I love the sun, so pretty. So I just wanted to show you guys that. God, where are we? Yes. Okay, so this one, Happy Halloween. It's a kit ready for the Happy Halloween stitch along from Historical Sampler Company. Again, so grateful because they've gifted this kit to me. It starts on the 15th of July. I'll show you what I got in there. Oh, I got a needle in there, which I think I've already nicked and stashed away. I went for, it was a 32 count or a 16 count. I've gone for the 32 because I'm gonna push myself. So I've only ever done 28 before. I've done a tiny bit of 32 on something, I think. But I'm getting quite confident with 28 now. 32, if you can stitch on 32, I've noticed that the range of, well, particularly Zweigart fabrics you can get, like really increase, like the different colours increases on 32. So part of me wants to train myself, like azure, is it called, like the blue, the really beautiful dark blue. I really want to like train myself to be able to stitch on 32. I mean, I can, it's just I'll have to go slow and use my special glasses. So anyway, I've got the 32 for this. And looking at it, it looks okay. I think I can handle this. So I don't know the colour, because I think this has actually been, this colour's not coming across very well here anyway. I think this has been uniquely dyed for Historical Sample Company for this sale. It's really beautiful, really excited, and the colours, oh my, look at these colours. Sorry, I plaited them to keep them neat, but you can still see them. So pretty, so Halloween. Go onto Historical Sample Company's Instagram, take a look at all the pictures, like the teaser pictures for this stitch along. It looks so cute. I cannot wait to start. I'm definitely taking this one, despite what I just said. I am going to take this one to the retreat, because I know that I will. Well, if I don't, then I mean, it comes out on the 15th, so actually maybe I'll have done a good chunk of the stitching on it before I go. But yeah, I want to get cracking straight away because I love it. So that at the moment they've got kits available, or you can do the PDF option, I think, if you've got your own stash you want to use. They did have the gift boxes as well, and they, oh my god, the stuff in it, oh my god, looks so cute. There's like really cute floss drops, like little spiders and pumpkins and stuff, but I think they've sold out of the gift box. I mean, double check, but I think they've sold out. But they were super cute, and I'm kind of hoping they'll sell those floss drops separately at some point, because they're adorable. So yeah, let me know if you're also stitching this one. If you're looking for a Halloween stitch along, then I recommend Happy Halloween from Historical Sampler Company. I'll be doing it. So yeah, and thank you so much to them for gifting that one to me. Okay, we're getting there. So I bought this bag just before we went to Maxim showed it to me, and she'd got it, and she was taking it to the retreat, and I was like, oh, I need it. I really need it. That's Ninja Needles on Instagram, by the way. So I quickly asked her for the link, and she gave it to me, and I bought it. And now I forgot the name of the company. I will write it below. I think it was Hobby Jobby. It was Hobby something. It says on here Hobby Gift, but I don't think that was the name of the company. I think it was Hobby Jobby. Anyway, it's really nice, really reasonable price. I think off the top of my head, I think it was about 20 or 25 quid. So basically it's really perfect for retreats, because I like the little zipper pulls, by the way. So sweet, little flowers. You can get inside. It's quite roomy, and then inside it's got, I cut 2 or 3 like full size vinyl zippers, and then in the middle section, so hang on, it's got 1, 2, 3 full size vinyl zippers, and then in the middle section it's got 2 like little half ones, which are like really good for either small projects or what I'm doing, keeping like little notions and stuff in it. So if you need something to just take, I don't know, 4 or 5 projects into retreat, then I recommend. I took it to Caterpillar, and it was great. And then even when you've packed in all of your projects, I was able to still have room, because it's quite roomy, to like shove a few hoops. And I mean, I was shoving all sorts in there because I had so much stuff for where I was selling. I like stuck my card machine in there, I had chargers in there. Yeah, I really love it. Really reasonable price. So again, I'll find the details for it and put it in the notes below. Okay, so that's my non-retreat haul. See what I mean? Like, I can't even blame the retreat. And here's my retreat haul. God. I tell you what, why don't I tell you about the retreat first while I'm getting all this out. So it was brilliant. I had so much fun. So I was only there as a vendor. And I still had loads of fun. All the girls that were there as attendees seemed to have an absolute blast as well. All the other vendors were lovely. It was great fun. They had all the usual stuff. They had a quiz. They did a different version of a freebie table, which I thought was really cool. So instead of like just bringing a pattern and taking and swapping, they had a charity pot, and basically everyone just bought stuff they wanted to donate, and anything, if you wanted to take it, you just put into the charity pot, which I thought was a really cool idea. They had a smalls exchange, which they had some absolutely beautiful stuff. Like some of it was packaged and some of it was out, and I went and looked at that table and they had some like really, really beautiful stuff. They had a beautiful brag table, like so lovely. Just so much talent. Personally for me, it was amazing. Like, I was so nervous because I'd never sold my stitching accessories to such a big retreat. I'd only done it once before, and that was Stitch in London last year, which was nerve-wracking enough, I can tell you, but that was only 70 odd people. This was upwards of 200 people. I was very nervous. I had no idea how much stock to take. Took a total just leap of faith, and it was brilliant. Everyone was so nice. I got to meet like previous customers as well as new people. Everyone was so sweet. A few of you mentioned that you'd seen my Flosstube, and which was adorable, and I was like, oh god, I'm embarrassed now. But it was lovely. Like, I was so touched when people said that. And it was great, and it was really like successful for me for Cotton and Clay as well. Like, I smashed the target that I had in my head. I sold way more than I thought. The exclusive sets that I'd done, so I'd done pre-orders. I think I sold about 35 on pre-order. And I thought, oh, you know, not that many people, anyone who wanted it would have got it on pre-order. So I'll just bring, I think I bought 25 or something with me. They were snapped up in the first hour and a half. So I had a little clipboard and emailed people afterwards. If you were there, and I've emailed you, by the way, and you hadn't got back to me yet, then please let me know. And I've still got some in stock to send you for the exclusive. Yeah, it was just lovely. It was so, so nice. A special shout out to obviously all the Caterpillar staff. It was lovely to meet Sally and her husband, but especially Molly, who works for Caterpillar, who did most of the organising from what I can see. She did a banging job. She was really sweet. She kept coming over, checking if I was all right and if I needed a drink or anything, because it was manic. Like, people were so into it. It was so sweet. People would come there to shop, and like, all the vendors had an amazing time, and it was just lovely to meet everyone. So yeah, big shout out to Molly. Big shout out to Maxim and to Shell. So that's Shell is Cheesecake and Cross Stitch on Instagram. Maxim is Ninja Needles. They are so lovely. They've been customers of mine for a little while, but we were chatting a fair bit in the lead up to the retreat. They took me under their wing. They let me hang out with them on the Saturday night and go for dinner, and where I met all the other lovely ladies as well. And it was just really great. They were just so lovely. Big thank you to them. Big thank you and like hello to all the other vendors as well. It was so lovely. So let me make sure I get everyone this time. So on day one, it was myself and then lovely Sophie from Stitchy Ferret next to me, and it was lovely to see her again and chat. Don't Step on Your Needle, Yana, never met before. She is just top. She is lovely. It was really nice to chat to her. Was that it for day one? Yeah, I think so. And then day two, Megan at Coffee Craft Fabrics. As I say, I bought loads of her stuff, just so beautiful. She's lovely. I've met her before as well. She was at Caterpillar. She was at Stitch in London as well. And it was so lovely to meet Emma at Joyful Crafting Company. We've collaborated in the past, and she and her husband were so nice, and it was so nice to meet them, and like, it was just great. It was just really great to meet everyone. And Atelier Frames as well. Oh my god, what's the lady's name? Having a mental block. God, I'm so sorry. I have to put her name below, I completely forgot her name. She is absolutely lovely as well, and I'm really looking forward to seeing her again, because I think she's going to be vending at Big Stitch as well. So yeah, it was so nice to meet the other vendors. We all had an absolute blast. I mean, I went to the wrong hotel on the first day, that was funny. So I came out of the stations in Birmingham, found the hotel where it was happening at, and then just opposite there was a Premier Inn, and I was fairly certain from my notes it was the Premier Inn I was booked into, and I thought, oh, this is great. I can just carry my stuff across in the morning, it's brilliant. Went all the way there, dragging my massive case, because I had a whole suitcase full of stock, full-size suitcase, and then I had to have my like overnight stuff in a separate bag, my actual clothing. Stock and stitching took priority over clothes, basically. Anyway, dragged it all up this hill. It's very hilly. I guess I'm used to Shoebury where it's flat. And got in there, went up in the lift, and then the girl said, no, you're at the wrong Premier Inn. I was like, oh, what an idiot. And then it was like another 7 to 10 minute walk up the road with all my stuff, but hey, it was fine. And actually the Premier Inn I was staying at was actually really, really nice, and they'd given me some fancy Premier Plus room. Didn't remember booking a Premier Plus room, but fine. And it was really nice, and it was like on the 12th floor and had a nice view and everything, so that was good. It was really great. Had a great time. It was so different from Stitch in London, because it was obviously so much bigger, and I think it couldn't be. So obviously I've only ever been to 2 retreats, but my take is from this is that like a smaller retreat, maybe like under 100 people or 50 to 70 people, is going to be much more relaxed, much more sort of intimate setting, a bit more chill. Whereas I think when you've got 200 plus people, it has to be more structured, because for that many people you've got no choice. So it was a bit more structured. It was kind of a bit more on a schedule. Sally had to keep things on a schedule, because I guess you have to for that many people. So it was very different. So I'm curious to see what Big Stitch is going to be like, because I think that's 200 people as well, or just over 200 people. So I'm assuming it'll be a bit more like the Caterpillar one, but we'll see. But yeah, really great. So anyway, let me show you my last bit of haul, which was from the retreat. So where are we? So first, from lovely Sophie at Stitchy Ferret, I got some beautiful, oops, I'm attached. Got some beautiful 14 count Ada in this lovely gold. Oh, let me show you the other side, because there you go, you can see it better. I think it's officially called, I think Sophie called it gold. I'm calling it mustard, because it's got that kind of like mustardy vibe. Really beautiful. I think I'll find plenty of things to stitch on this. So that was lovely. Also from Stitchy Ferret, I got these beauties. So this thread is called Belladonna. So nice. Really amazing black to grey to purple. Don't know what I'm using it for yet, but I love it. And then this one is called Chinchilla. Didn't realise the name before. That's beautiful. Is it Chinchilla? Yeah, Chinchilla. I love that. Look how pretty this is. So it's like pale pink, pale lilac and grey. It's actually even lighter in real life, in a good way. Oh, and a bit of almost white. I think this would be really nice if you had like a pattern that was like monochrome, but like kind of lace on like a dark fabric. That's kind of what I've got in mind for this. So let me know if you know of a pattern like that. Otherwise I'm gonna be on the lookout. So they were from a Stitchy Ferret. Oh, and also I got some scissors from her as well. So pretty stalk scissors with a lovely like floral blues and greens. So pretty, can't resist any scissors. I also got some cute things from Don't Step on Your Needle. I got some lovely pins. Oh, gosh, hang on, I'm taking these out of the packet. How are we for time? Oh, we're coming up on an hour. And I'm taking stuff out of a packet. What's the matter with me? Can't stop chatting to you guys. Oh, there we go. That's better though. So I got these beautiful pins with little like De Monte flowers. and they're lovely and long as well. So I think these are perfect for like putting in completed little pillow finishes. I also got some more scissors from Don't Step on Your Needle. Some more stalks, obviously. It's like a real ombre. Is that the word you'd use? From like turquoise to green. Really pretty. And I also got one of these. She had loads of these. They're so sweet. A little magnetic needle tin. I picked that just because I loved the orange and blue colour. So pretty. From Joyful Crafting Company, I got a really sweet needle minder that says leave needles here. Hang on, I'm taking that out as well. Look how sweet. Leave needles here. So nice. And she sells these beautiful stickers, and I had to get this one. Do something joyful every day in a lovely hoop. I don't know what I'm doing with it, but it's so sweet. That was Joyful Crafting Company. And then, let's do the fabric first. So these are all from Coffee Crafts. I went a bit mental. I think because I've started working on evenweave now, I've just gone mad. And yeah, I did spend a fair chunk of my profits on fabric from Megan, I'm not gonna lie. So there's this one. These are all 28 count, by the way. So this is the one that I've started doing the Cardinal on. So pretty. This one, look at that pink. So nice. So nice, like pinks to purples. It's just so pretty. This one, kind of like a pale blue or grey. Thought that was going to be quite handy for quite a few things. I think I'm going to stitch, so probably in my first or second video you saw a pattern that I'd bought called In Praise of Pollinators by Blue Flower. I think that's right. Apologies if not. I think that would be perfect for that. That was what I had in mind. I did have some projects in mind when I wasn't just completely picking these up randomly. This really super pretty, again 28 count. I think this is perfect for like samplers or more sort of traditional stuff. In mind for this, so for Big Stitch, Jacob has designed an exclusive, and I've got this in mind for that. So I'm going to be taking this with me, and probably getting some variegated floss while I'm there from one of the vendors, and probably starting that one. And then finally, this gorgeous mint. I've been looking for a mint green. Doesn't look so green. It looks more green in real life. I've been looking for a mint green for to do Yaz's Cogaty birds. Is that how you say it? Looking for a mint green for that. And to be honest, I've got quite a few things I'd like to stitch on mint. So yeah, I mean, that was a real indulgence because, you know, that was a lot of money. But they're so beautiful. And as I said, so far I've stitched on this one and it's just a dream to stitch on. An absolute dream. Cannot complain. So beautiful. And then finally I had to get some stuff from the actual Caterpillar shop. So everyone who attended the retreat this was their kit that they got. It says Caterpillar Stitch Retreat 2024. So all the attendees had this and I was like, oh, if they've all got it, I want it. So I went and spoke to one of Sally's girls and said, is there any chance I can buy one? She said that was fine. So I bought one of these, and then I had to get the needle minder that goes with it, which is this one. So pretty. And then, God, because I'm ill, because I've got a sickness, an addiction, if you will, I also had to get 2 other needle minders. So I got this beautiful butterfly one and this, I've been eyeing this one up for ages, little beach huts. I've been thinking of doing a beach hut actually. It's probably too late for this summer, but I might do a beach hut for my shop in clay for next summer. But they were so sweet, I had to get those. So that was all my retreat purchases. So yeah, retreat went really well. Really chuffed. I'm hoping they'll do it again next year. I guess we shall see. Everyone seemed to have a great time. It was really well organised. They even had a fire alarm in the middle of the beginning of the second day, just as everyone had settled in. But Sally and her girls were super organised and safe at getting everyone out, which was really, really sweet. And it was actually kind of, not that you should laugh about these things, but once we all came back in, it was kind of amusing. Everyone making jokes about grabbing their most beloved whips and taking them out with them. God knows what. Can you imagine? Imagine how many stitching hours would have gone up there. So yeah, really, really good. I think that's mostly what I've got to tell you. We're coming over an hour now, so I probably do need to shut up and go. Just a couple of things. A reminder of the Minder of the Month, the Cardinal, £5 in my Etsy. So please go take a look if you want one of them. I'm also doing a Jolly July sale. So all my Christmas items, needle minders, scissor fobs, floss organisers, are all in that sale, and it's 20%. It's either 20 or 25%. It might be 25 actually I've done, for July. So if you're in the market for any more Christmas accessories, then feel free to take a look at my Etsy, which will be linked down below. A quick word on Big Stitch. It's in Rotherham. It's the last weekend of July. If you're going and you're staying at the Premier Inn Meadowhall, let me know. That's where I'm staying. And I've started a little Facebook chat group for anyone that's staying there. There's about 15 of us at the moment. I've arranged a dinner for most of us for the Friday night in the hotel. We don't know each other, but we thought, let's chat, let's have a dinner, it'll be nice. And then I thought also, because it's not, the actual venue isn't a hotel, it's at the Magna Science Centre, so we're all staying at different hotels and we'll have to travel in. So I thought it'd be really good if we could all get together and figure out like sharing taxis or travel into the retreat together. So if you're going and you're staying there, let me know. If you're not going, consider it. They've still got tickets and it'll be really fun. Is that it? Plans for next month: start the historical sampler Halloween stitch along, finish the Dreaming of Summer stitch along, get some more into that Honeybee Quaker, and with any luck finish Floral Dreams, and then spend more money probably for more haul at Big Stitch. There's some really awesome vendors going. It'll be nice. I'm looking forward to going just as a stitcher, not vending, just being there, just relax and just stitch. So I'm really looking forward to it. So thank you so much for watching. Congratulations if you made it all the way to an hour and 7 minutes to the end. Yeah, thanks for joining me, and I'll see you again next month. Lots of love and happy stitching.